Hey guys, welcome back to my sewing room. I know I've been a little MIA, but you guys have been so supportive and I really appreciate that. But in today's video, I'm going to continue the alterations of the wedding gown that I started in my last sewing vlog. So if you guys haven't seen my last video, I'll link to it here for you guys to go ahead and check out. But in that video, I pretty much showed you guys how I removed the lace from the side seams and took them in around 2 centimeters on each side. So once I did that, I brought my bride back in for a fitting to check my work and to see what else needed to be done now that the dress was 4 centimeters smaller. And I totally forgot to film that, y'all. That's on me once again. With a new set of alterations to do, that puts us now at present time. So today I'm going to start with taking in the front princess seams. I'm going to do this similar to how I did the side seams by removing the lace covering the seam, marking my seam line with a disappearing ink marker. You want to make sure that it actually does disappear, so use like a sample piece first and then use it on your actual dress. I then flipped the gown to the inside and sewed my new seam line. I then removed the existing seam line that was there before, reserged the seam allowance. I gave everything a really good press with lots of steam to remove the marking pen. With that done, it's time to move to the next alteration, which is the bust area. During our fitting, I pinned up the amount of fullness that needed to be taken in into a dart to properly shape it around her bust. I could not take it in at the princess seam due to the way how it continued into the strap. I removed the existing cups and I marked my dart on my face layer as well as my lining. I then opened out the neckline seam just enough for me to get into it properly to sew the dart. I pinned and sewed the darts on both cups. You want to try to get your darts on the face layer and lining layer as even as possible. Then I funneled up in between the layers and flipped the gown wrong side out to close the neckline seam again. I also sewed back in the understitching that was there, and I also hand tacked the cups back in. The next step is the most important to get the proper bust shape: pressing. I used my pressing ham and a lot of steam and pressed a nice round shape into the cup area. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. For those of you guys who are not familiar with Skillshare, it's an online learning community for creatives where you can pretty much learn anything to better your business as well as yourself for just under $10 a month with an annual subscription. As you guys know, I'm in the process of renovating my bridal salon, and I've been so nervous about dealing with the business side of things. I've been watching a class called Staples of Branding: From Purpose to Product by Jeff Staple to help me wrap my head around the concept of branding and how it ties into how the potential customer views your business. I highly recommend that class, y'all. So the first 1,000 of my subscribers that click the link in the description box will receive 2 months free premium membership. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. I then overlaid the lace back onto the cup area and sewed it back down by machine. The cups are all finished and they look like I haven't even done anything to them, y'all. Like, you cannot even see the bust darts that I put in there. At this time, I decided to go ahead and serge my side seam allowance. Give it a good press and close back up the top of the side seam at the underarm, and also I sewed back in the understitching. I then overlaid the lace back over the side seams and princess seams, trying to add some of the lace that I removed to keep everything looking neat and cohesive. I then used my machine to sew the lace back on. This is the finished result. You cannot even tell that I took the gown in by 8 centimeters at this point. The last alteration I need to make to this gown is at the back princess seam. I'm taking the seams in around the butt area to make it more form-fitting. So I started as usual, removing the lace, marking the new seam line, pinning, sewing, serging, pressing, overlaying the lace, and sewing again. The final thing that needs to be done to this gown is restructuring. Stay tuned for that. It will be in my next video as I don't have the boning in yet. I know I've been all over the place lately, but I'm trying to film things that I'm working on at the time, and sometimes they're going to be alterations and sometimes they're going to be custom dressmaking. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys more than you know, and I'll see you in my next one.